We, as passengers, as clients of the airlines, we see your smiling faces. We see the flight attendants who do all that emotional work of keeping from us what's going on for them and making us as comfortable and secure as they can. How safe are our skies for customers, clients, passengers, and the people you work with every day?
Aviation is the safest mode of transportation in the world. That is the product of aviation being highly unionized, not only in the United States, but also around the world. When we say things like never forget and never again, we mean it. We don't just have companies that are beholden to the shareholders and the financiers that, they can say all day long that safety is first, but it's really the people who are putting their lives on the lines, getting onto those flights, who truly have the real interest in keeping safety first. So our voices are so important. And I will tell you that there are a lot of stresses and strains on aviation right now, and we can get into all of those. But we certainly do have disruptions. And the first thing that you learn in safety is to remove all distractions. So when you have programs like DOGE coming in and telling people to justify their work, telling them to write essays about how they will be loyal not to their country and the oath that they've taken, but to Donald Trump himself, telling them that they may not have the people next to them to work with, knowing that this president has said Ronald Reagan fired the air traffic controllers in 4 days, I'll do it in 4 minutes. These are incredible distractions. And then dismantling all of the programs that help aviation, the National Weather Service, the USAID, so that we can fly safely around the world and so that we can identify where communicable disease exists, stop it before it gets to our airports, and we become the conduit to spreading what could be the next pandemic. All of these things are of serious concern to us. What I would tell the public is that today, look to your flight attendants, look to your pilots. If it's not safe, we're not going to go. And it may be very frustrating. There's a lot of delays and cancellations these days. That is because the people who are on the front lines of aviation are slowing things down in order to keep things safe. May not be as efficient for everyone, but we're going to keep it safe.
We have had our attention focused with the deadly floods in central Texas on those cuts to the Weather Service and NOA. What do you fear will come of this moment? More privatization or more reinvestment in the public? Because what we've learned since the dying is how invested some of Trump's appointees to those very agencies and the Commerce Secretary himself were in businesses that stood to gain from the privatization of weather prediction.
Yes, I mean, the whole approach here, Project 2025, and what I saw very clearly during the government shutdown in 2018 and rolling into 2019 is that this is about breaking government so that it doesn't work, so that everything can be privatized, so that people will say fix it, and they'll be willing to accept things that they haven't been willing to accept in the past. I also see this as a moment of opportunity, because if we really understand what's going on here, the working class can also join together, the labor movement. When I say the labor movement, I do not just mean the people who are holding union cards today, because there's not enough of us. About 70% of the public would like to join a union if they could have access without interference from their employers or interference from the laws. And so we need to think about the labor movement in that way. So many things are decided in our politics by a 50 plus, 1% vote in order to just get over that threshold of a majority. But the reality is that there are so many people in this country that want the same things, need the same things, and we can demand it in this moment. This is a moment of crisis where we can set the agenda and take a different turn here to set forward policies that actually build our economy from the ground up.